We visit with the mayors on Monday, and Bobby Gutierrez here this morning from the on Wednesdays. Bobby Gutierrez here. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Scott?
Apparently, you just talking to Sean about you're an allergy guy, huh?
I am an allergy guy. So I didn't know I was this much of an allergy guy, but this year has really got me. Obviously, you can hear it in my voice a
Yeah.
little bit, but the drainage and like I said, I'm drinking tea now, not coffee. I'm putting Ricola in it and mixing it in and a little bit of honey, and been doing that every morning for about 2 weeks now.
Wow. Something kind of significant. Last night, the city council decided that you're going to change the interaction with citizens. Tell us a little bit about how the meeting's going to change.
We are, we've had a lot of citizens that have come up and told us that, we'd really like to bring that back and everything else. And we've had some issues in the past. I've been doing Hear Citizens back from the P&Z days, and sometimes you would have, 3 hours of Hear Citizens, people coming up and talking about different things. And, people got to understand that that's our time as well. We do volunteer that time. We do it willingly, and we want to hear about it, but we want to hear about the issues. And there's a lot of different ways for them to get a hold of us, whether it be through the website. Most people have my number or can get a hold of my number through a friend. Same thing with the rest of the people who are on council or on the boards and commissions. What we've done now is we've moved that to the back of the meeting, because what we found is we have people that are coming in, they're subject matter people that we have to do, whether they're speaking on a specific issue, they're coming from out of town, developers coming from out of town with their new project they're going to have, and they have to meet deadlines of flights and, different schedules that they have to get back, and they'll get stuck behind, an hour, 2 hours worth of, Hear Citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people are speaking about the same issues. So we know when one person comes up, it's the same thing as if 50 people come up, and we'll get those emails anyway. So we'll just, okay, let's limit that to 30 minutes at the end so we can conduct the business of the city beforehand, and people can schedule and they know how long it's going to take and how long they can be there so they can make it. Plus, we're paying some of these people to be there. They're subject matter witnesses that we have for bonds or for whatever we're doing at that point, and we need them to be there, and we're paying them overtime to be there.
One of the things the council did last night, you're going to put an 18-inch water line out toward where the Certainty Roofing Company is going to facility is going to be. That's going to be a benefit to them, but tell me what that's going to do for that whole area that the Brazos County Economic Development Fund people.
Yeah, that's the Bryan, Brazos County EDF that's out there, and that's Texas Triangle Park. We have several businesses that we just signed. We have Certainty that did. We have Master Brick that we just sold to as well, that they're going to be putting another facility out there as well. And then that whole corridor on Mumford Road should be able to develop now as we expand what's going on around Relish, as we expand what's going on in Texas Triangle Park. All that we'll be able to do some rooftops and some, what we call, warehouse and distribution out there as well.
So over Reliance Road out around Messinahoff, we're finally gotten the contract as far as widening is concerned there. Tell me what that's going to mean for that development, that part of the area.
Well, it's the same thing. It brings in more rooftops. It's going to bring in safety. We have a school out there. We have a lot of different things that's going all the way out towards the airport. And so that whole expansion of Old Reliance will be another asset for us to do as we continue to grow to the east side of town.
Bobby Gutierrez joined us this morning. Want to congratulate you guys on being able to close a TERS, which was over on Nash. That's over by the Bryan Main Post Office. Whole concept was this is supposed to be a limited time situation to help there, and so it worked exactly as we designed it.
Exactly. It really did. It worked out well. There was that whole area was developed a little differently than it was originally planned, but they one of those cases, I think, from P&Z that, the citizens didn't want something on the end of the street. They were going to do a 55 and over complex right there. That was going to be low density that would kind of fit in with that area. The citizens got out, said they didn't want that. The developer took it away, and then by right he could do a high density development. So they didn't get what they really should have gotten. They got something way worse, and it just goes to show sometimes. When you don't want anything to happen, go buy the place.
It's been that way forever, hasn't it?
It really does. It really has.
Bobby Gutierrez joined us this morning. New municipal judge now in place?
We do. Mrs. Tiffany Thomas, Judge Tiffany Thomas, she'll be appointed on May the 1st. She's worked as a prosecutor in that office for, I guess, 8 years now. She's one of 3 female judges that we have, so we're really excited. She interviewed very well. I mean, she did very well in the interview process that we had through council, and we're really excited to have her there.
So both cities, Bryan and College Station, dealing with heavy truck traffic and where those trucks can be, and y'all took some action last night as far as moving trucks around through the city.
Yeah, we took some action on that, and this right now with the way everything is, whether it be Texas Avenue, whether it be on 21 or anything else, the hazardous materials is a big deal, and how we're going to justify and how we do that in the future is critical when you have people and kids and public and everything else. So we just took a little bit of action to make sure we have some good, safe routes.
Sure. I guess let's touch on the ordinance change that you're making as far as alcohol is concerned. Tell us kind of a quick overview of what that's going to mean.
Basically, that just aligns, through state regulations, state rules, puts our whole city at one even deal. So the same thing that we can do anywhere in the city, we can now do in downtown Bryan. That was the one that was exclusive, so it was eliminated. Now, it doesn't mean that, we want people out there bringing stuff and going and everything. This is simply for the merchants in downtown Bryan, and they have to have a special license. So it's not only our license, our state policies, but we have TABC policies too. So the merchants, if they want to be able to sell and have someone carry something out, beer and wine, they'll have to have a special license for that, and they'll be required to have that.
Now, but then containers, right? You can't have glass, right?
Can't have glass, no. And we're gonna roll this out very slow, and we're gonna police it very heavily.
Is it going to be special events only, or will it be all the time?
Well, it's all the time. I mean,
Okay.
It is all the time. So it's not one of those things we're going to encourage. We'd rather it be just on special events or Fridays and Saturdays. Would people come down? Adults, and we wanted to remain very much adult oriented too.
So in our discussion, news story we ran this morning having to do with the traffic, the heavy trucks, the word medians came up. So where are we with medians today?
Well, I'm not supposed to talk about medians. but-
Okay, that's why I ask you.
Well, I'm just telling you, I guess we'd probably at some point need to do a survey. We just got a letter from TxDOT and the 1179 expansion that's out there by Allen Academy and goes east all the way into, where's that? I want to say Sleepy Hollow. What is it?
No, Steep Hollow.
Steep Hollow,
Yeah.
not Sleepy Hollow.
No horsemen
Anyway.
out there with pumpkins. No.
Exactly. So all that expansion out there that was just appropriated, I think Congressman Sessions brought that's earmarks to us over here. So it was really a great thing. We could expand 1179, which is much, much needed. We've been told by TxDOT that if we don't allow medians and approve and sign a letter from the city that we want the medians there, then they're not going to do the project. So that's kind of the dilemma that we have between TxDOT and the city, wanting to expand and needing to expand. So maybe we bring some survey to the citizens and go, hey, look, do you want this expansion? Do we really need this widening of 1179, which I believe we do? And if so, are you going to be willing and be okay with TxDOT putting medians down the middle of it? So it's just a matter of communications as always.
That money would leave this district, though, if project is not used?
To my understanding, it would. And I mean, it's been appropriated for that project. So I don't know what, I really don't know. And that's a very good question. I'm going to try to find something out today. But I think the citizens at this point, because we're the ones that take the heat. I mean, we take the heat. We're, our council and the mayor council, they assume that we did this and it's not. So we just need to have some clarification from the citizens that they know that, without the medians, it's probably not going to happen.
Gotcha. Anything else for us this morning?
No, I just think I'd like to congratulate Texas A&M and the system and Relish campus and the city of Bryan as well for the Paralympics that we brought in. The cyclone event that was this last weekend is amazing when you talk about the human spirit and when you see the challenges that some people have. You truly, we should be on our knees every day giving thanks and, for the abilities that we have, because that human spirit is unbelievable. And next year, it looks like we're going to probably host these again. And we'll probably end up getting some more of the Paralympics here, whether it be volleyball or basketball or whatever. But I'd really like to see the community, our whole community, Bryan, College Station, Brazos County, and everybody around at that event lined like a regular Olympic race, because these guys are true champions, and they're truly Olympians. So it was really good. First Friday was packed. BISD was out there, and it might have been one of our largest we've ever had, if not the largest that we've ever had. So people are out, and they're doing fun things, and it's a great time to be around right now.
Absolutely. Thanks for the time this morning.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You bet. We visit with the mayors on Wednesday. You can hear this interview on our website at WTAW.com, and you can watch it on YouTube. Search WTAW, subscribe to our channel, and you can see that and other interviews as well.